welcome back to another little mini chit chat video. Welcome back to another little mini reaction video. Before we go ahead and get into tonight's topic, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Shout out to all our Purple Heart members. Thank you guys for all of your support. You will see this video once it re-uploads to YouTube if you didn't get a chance to make the live. For those of you who are already subscribed, thank you so much for doing so. We appreciate you guys. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I think before we get into the video, I'm gonna once again talk about the giveaways. While I wait for some of you to join, I'll go ahead and start talking about the giveaway that we're doing on the channel. So we have two giveaways going at the moment. The first giveaway is the Road to 1,000 subscribers giveaway. We are, encroaching slowly but surely, getting there. Thank you guys for all of your support on that. Once we do hit that milestone, we will be doing a Uber Eats card giveaway. Giveaway. We will be doing an Uber Eats gift card giveaway. It's an electronic gift card, so you need to have a valid email address so you can access the gift card. You must also reside in Canada, as that's where I reside, so that's where the card will be valid. And yeah, that's all you have to do. Of course, you must be subscribed to the channel, comment under the videos, purple hearts, so that we know you guys are part of the gang and you're taking part in the giveaway. And the other giveaway we're doing is the watch time giveaway. So that giveaway is for everyone. That is a cash prize giveaway. All you have to do, of course, is subscribe to the channel, watch the videos to the end. Once you're done, comment purple hearts in the comment section so we know you took part. And once we hit those goals, we will be doing a cash prize giveaway, and that's for everyone. The only stipulation is you must have access to Western Union to receive money transfers. We don't have Cash App in Canada. We use PayPal or Western Union. I prefer to use Western Union. You must be able to access that. You must have valid government issued ID so you can pick up the money transfer. That's the only stipulation. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about tonight's topic. Okay, so this started going viral early today, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it because I had to head out. But excuse me, I did make a note to talk about it in our late night chit chat. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and get into. So Chriseanrock apparently issued a statement. I believe it was on Instagram, right? Basically saying that, she don't know why people keep talking on her son if they don't see, like, when they talk about her son, bad things happen to them. Some people end up being unalive, some people go to jail, some people get beaten up, whatever the case may be. Bad things happen to people who talk about her son, and she don't know why they keep doing it for clout and whatever. So everybody pretty much knows she's referring to Hutro Bino. He once again went on TMZ, doubled down. The girl made sure to ask him, so you said she's a bad mom. Are you still saying that today? Once the anger and all that stuff has kind of simmered, are you still calling out her parenting? Are you still calling her a bad mom? And he basically said, I said what I said, trying to evoke a softer tone, but still doubling down on his accusations, still doubling down on what he said, about, that he believes that her son doesn't get the proper care, allegedly, and that he believes that, when Blueface gets out of jail, he should take her son until she gets herself together mentally. So a little bit different than what he was saying on the live with the guys, when he was trying to impress the guys and they were just woman bashing and tearing her down. Um, when he was talking to a woman about it, it was more so like, oh, until she gets herself together mentally, like, they're doing it as a favor. I'm just like, this guy is a piece of work. Um, this is why you don't bring people around your children. This is a hard lesson. It's a life lesson as a mother. that she has to learn. I'm hoping that she's learned. You can't trust nobody. You can't trust nobody. I don't care if you're in a relationship, a fakenship, whatever situationship, employment agreement, whatever the case may be. You can't bring people around your child, especially a child with special needs, right? Like, you just can't. I don't care what anyone says about what he's saying, if he's right or wrong. I don't really care about that. What I care about is the fact that if you felt, because he's talking about he's a father and he too has an autistic son, and so he understands like what it, what it entails dealing with a special needs child. If you feel that way and you really felt that the girl needed help, why didn't you reach out to somebody to get her that help? Instead of waiting until you quote unquote break up to then bash her on the internet, knowing that there's literally a whole section of the internet dedicated to tearing this one girl down. Like, they won't stop until she's no longer here, or like she loses her son. Like, they're that invested. Since this girl had her son, I've never seen any other quote unquote celebrity except for Beyonce, because they're obsessed with her kids too. um I've never seen any rapper or any person in her type of field go through this type of stuff where it's just constant, 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 like, constantly. If you really want to help somebody, reach out and help them. Why would you be more interested in having the internet bash the person if you were so concerned and you wanted to help? Because this is the real. And this is stuff that people don't say because they try to pretend they're good people. This is the facts, right? Nobody wants the responsibility, for real, right? Not the family members, not none of it. No, nobody wants the responsibility. Watch him for a couple of days if you pay me, but take you to court and get custody, and then I'm responsible for him. No, I don't know if we want to do that. No, 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 we can't do that. If you really cared and you feel like this child is in such danger and he shouldn't be with his mother and this and this and that, why did nobody step up to offer guardianship? Where's the godparents? Where's the where's the stable siblings? Where's the other one, the grandmother over there talking about her son wants a fresh DNA test when he comes out of jail? Like, this whole stuff is just toxic, right? It would actually be better for her if it turned out the kid wasn't his. Yes, they would bash her and eat her alive on social media and they would tear her to shreds. But after that, she would probably be able to go away and come back reborn. Just have all that stuff just be cut off. I don't know how she does it. I don't know. Somebody need to do like a mental wellness check. This can't be healthy for anybody. Constantly every day bashing from all sections. Family, so-called grandparent, um siblings, whatever, fans, whoever, supporters. Well, not your supporters, but people on social media that are just, run with any story whatsoever. Look, not even taking into, not holding this guy accountable for nothing. You guys listen to the way he talk about this girl? The bitch is slow. The bitch this, the bitch that, da, 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 da. Just every word is a B word, B word, B word, B word. Remember, this is the same person that put out a whole album talking about how much he love and love and love and love. Like, give me a break. Okay, give me a break. I'm not saying the girl is perfect. Clearly, nobody's perfect. I'm not saying that everything that's happening with her son is just peaches and cream. Clearly, it's not. But this is not the way to help someone. This is not the way to help a child. Like, if people really wanted to step in and step up and help, then do that. But if you're just going to get online every day and bash the girl and tear her down and talk about her and curse her out and call her names and do all this other stuff. Like, what good is that? What are you accomplishing with that? You're not helping. You're not helping anybody. I wish people would just admit that, they use her name to pay their bills. They talk about this girl every day, all day. There are channels that literally, that's all they talk about, right? I came across this guy's channel. Every single video is bashing this girl, bashing her kid, bashing the parenting, bash, 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 bash. And I'm just like, and people sit down and just consume that stuff. It's really pathetic. Like, it's just disgusting. This culture of, let's just bash you into the ground, and if you survive and don't take your life, then we'll celebrate you and we'll give you your flowers then. But we have to like kick all your teeth out first, and then we'll do the whole comeback story. Like, some people don't make it through the kicking out of the teeth. Like, some people don't survive that stuff. What is the end game? All these people that are invested in this girl's life, what is the end game? What are you guys trying to accomplish? Is anybody stepping in to help? Who's watching? Okay, don't bring him to the stream. Why are you bringing him on stream? Why is he on stream? Who's gonna watch him? Is it better than to leave him in the hotel room, right? Unattended, so you can work and pay the bills? Or who's volunteering to babysit? Nobody. Right? Because it's your kid and it's your problem. That's the reality of the world. I don't know why people act like just because you're on social media, you have a following, or you're supposed to be, like, real life doesn't affect you. Nobody wants to babysit. They will only babysit if they're getting paid. And this is family, right? Because they have their own kids and nobody has time, right? Again, it's a child with special needs. Literally, it's what it says, right? They need special extra attention. Who's volunteering to help with that? Nobody, right? Who's volunteering to watch him so she can go stream and make money to take care of them? Nobody, right? Who is volunteering to take him off her hands for a little bit so she can work and get a place? Because they love to talk about how homeless she is and she don't live nowhere and she's couch hopping but who is volunteering to help so that she can work and get a home for herself? Nobody, right? They just bash, bash, bash. I'm sorry. The I'm just not the type of person. I've never been that way to just be the pitchfork, jump on the bandwagon type of person. I go against the grain. Like, I'm going the other way. I don't follow the crowd. I'm not part of the hive. I don't do stuff like that. I don't agree with kicking people when they're down. I don't agree with constantly bashing somebody without giving them solutions or attempting to help them find a solution. If you're not part of the solution, you are part of the problem, right? And after a while, this stuff becomes like it's just bullying at some point, because nobody takes the time to really understand what's going on and try to really, because I don't know, it's the culture, man. Like, it really is. See, from over here, when I sit down and I'm looking at this stuff, I'm seeing someone who has gone through so much trauma and is still going through trauma, and probably never had anyone help her through anything like this. Obviously, nobody to lean on for any type of parenting advice. Like, who's gonna give the parenting advice? Where? Who? The sister that pulled up with the gun at the Zeus event, allegedly? Or the other one that wanted to like bash her face in and have the friends jump her and bash her face in? Is it she that's gonna be giving the advice? Like, who's gonna be giving the advice? There's nobody to give her no good advice. All the people around her, even the people that bash her, they're no better than her, right? They're no better than her. And the people who don't do anything and just sit back and secretly record and send to T pages and leak this and say that, they're just a bunch of enablers, and they're a bunch of vultures. They're people that feed off of people until there's nothing left For them to get, then they too will abandon, and then they'll start making videos and exposing and doing this and doing that. If you were friends with someone, dating someone, and you're trying to expose their personal business for fame, for clout, for money, for attention, for views, you're pathetic. This is why you should not have people in your personal space at all. Um, that's just, I'm a firm believer at that. Especially people off the internet. Like you met, like no. Meet them somewhere public. Do whatever you have to. Do not invite people into your space. This is what you get. So to address these so-called threats, okay. Sometimes I think people just like they're being deliberately obtuse or deliberately slow. The girl clearly said she's covered, highly favored. Clearly, keep it within the context, right? What she means is when you bash her son, someone who's highly favored, blessed, because she's blessed. That's how she feels. She's entitled to that. You don't get to tell her if she's blessed or not. That's not a you thing. That's a her and God thing, right? So she's saying people who talk bad about her son, look at the karma they get, right? The so called father that was exposing his private parts all over the internet, that's in jail. Look what happened to him. Like, you don't think that you don't think that factored in? Yeah, they just kept slapping on more time, right? You think it's from the one little altercation in Vegas or whatever, he's been sitting in jail for like 2 years. You don't think exposing a child's private parts on the internet it played a part in that? Or you have the other one. I don't know what the situation is. I don't even know him personally, so I'm not going to speak on the person that passed away. May he rest in peace. But whatever situation was going on that she referenced, right? Again, stating karma, right? In her opinion. Then she talked about the present person speaking on her son, right? Saying that he too will get his karma, right? When you talk about an innocent child, you mentioning a child. It's not like I remember there was a time when you couldn't talk about people's kids. Now it's everybody. I guess Nikki and Cardi gave everybody the green light. So now it's like let's just bash the kids. Like there was a time where people would look at you like you're absolute filth for talking about people's children. Now everybody does it, and it makes me sick. Like that stuff, there's just nothing that's off limits. They just gung ho, greedy for fame, money, clout, starving, desperate, pathetic people who have to bash a child to get some clicks and views. YouTube don't even pay that much for the channels that they have. They don't even have that many people. So you can't be getting that much money. Why you so gung ho tearing down a baby? Like, and people in the comments just eating it up. Like that stuff is sickening to me. I'm so sorry. That's why that's why I have a very tiny, tiny, tiny channel. I like it that way. I like it that way. Right? I can't take I just because I like to be authentic. I can't be bothered with all this like getting to fit in like bash Krishan so you can get clout and views because everybody bashes her and they get clout and views. That's pathetic. That is not helping your fellow human being at all. If you have good advice, if you have good experience, if you see someone struggling and you can talk to them one away and help them, that's what a good decent person would do. If you're able to do that, if you have access to someone who is struggling and going through something and you can help them, you're supposed to do that. Not record them, not tell their personal business, not, join the bashing crew, not encourage other people to bash them and tear them down. That is pathetic as heck. And the girl clearly didn't mean that she was going to put out hits on people. What is she, the mafioso? Who does that? Like, who does that? Who has criminal record come on the internet and threaten people, threaten to have people unalived. Like, I'm gonna put a hit out on you, you, and you. Like, I mean, use common sense. Sometimes these people drive me insane with the level of what's the word? I'm trying to be polite. Like, they're just slow. Like, I don't know any other word. I'm sorry. You have to be just slow. Either you're really slow or you're pretending to be slow, right? For views. Because there's no way you could think the girl actually meant that she was gonna have these people like taken off the face of the earth. Like, who is she? John Gotti? Like, what is this? Like, give me a break. Use your brain. Oh my god, I'm so irritated. They irk my soul. Anyway, that's my whole personal thing on it. When I heard it, I was like, oh my god, okay, I have to talk about this. But then I realized when I came home, it's gone viral. People are just eating this stuff up. Oh my god, Chriseanrock threatens people that talk about her son. She's threatening to have them unalived. Like, oh my lord, ridiculous. Anyway, that's the end of my little mini rant. I had to talk about it. I'm sorry. This stuff just irritates me. And I just hate to see the whole bully culture. It's just really sickening. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Do you think that Krishan Rock really meant that she was going to have these people unalive? Did they still talking about her son? Or do you think that she really meant, like, if you talk about a child in a negative way, you tear down somebody who's blessed? God doesn't like ugly. Karma is coming to get you. Point blank, period. That's if you think that's what she meant, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for those of you who came through. We appreciate you guys. If you missed the beginning of the video, I talked about the giveaways. If you guys want to take part in that, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, comment under the video's purple heart so we know you've joined the gang, and you guys will be entered into the giveaway. For the Uber Eats giveaway, you must have a valid email address. You must reside in Canada. It is only valid in Canada. Second giveaway, watch time giveaway. It's for everyone. It is a cash prize giveaway. You must have access to Western Union to pick up these wire transfers. And that's the only stipulation. So stay up and stay blessed, guys, and we'll catch up with you guys in another video. Deuces.